their time going from one side. Let me do this again. Going from one side of this to the other. So, divine masculine asking the divine feminine to go into their memory bank, to see what they can see, to remember what they can remember, to ask, what is it about the divine masculine I can't live without, I can't do without? All right, what is it that we need to know? Well, life isn't the same without you, divine feminine. We're going to jump right into this. Wow! Oh my gosh. Okay. Go into your memory bank. Six of sorry, the lovers. Major
It's storage. Violence doesn't
big overarching. Hey, remember that. Because life isn't the same without you. And I hope you know life is
I'll have half of my shit with me.
And I want to make sure I'm very direct when I show you this Four of Wands. That your divine masculine thinks about love too. That you're, our society shifts and changes as we imitate life through media and just through our actions and behaviors. There are many of us that are playing out fantasies from our childhood of I'm going to look like this, I'm going to walk like this, I'm going to have this kind of life, I'm going to have these kind of friends. Whether you want to be like Donna Pinciotti from that 70s show, or whether you wanted to be like Heathers, and you pick which Heather you wanted to be like from Heathers, whatever. There's this fairy tale-esque vibe to life for all of humanity. Yes. And a part of the reason why people might be bitter later in life is if the visions and the goals and the ideas and the things that they dreamed of for themselves when they were young didn't happen or weren't really as feasible as possible as people made it think. And so over time, you have the generations existing within an evolving culture. And you have a divine masculine and divine feminine in the first century who are a part of a culture that is leaving behind, monogamous relationships, joyful reunions, more, just think about what you would think of standard 1950s America, right? That's kind of what everything depicted in Hollywood. People across the world imitate a lot of stuff from America. And not everybody does that, but a lot of people do. And so you see the world start to evolve into what we talked about and what we said. And in shows and in TV and movies, we would say things like, men are stupid. Dads are bumbling, fumbling fools and idiots. And we would say things like, girl, you better rebound. Best way to get over a man is to get under a new one. And we kind of kept the same tropes and themes flowing.
I hate those girls.
So what you have to understand is just because now in the moment, socially speaking, it has become very normalized, at least for what we see, to just be a mover and a shaker and to cheat and to I don't know, just want money and everything's about social media and Instagram. You may think that you're the only person that still has some of the old beliefs and the old views and more traditional perspectives, or you might think that your DM is too far gone, even though you're not. But you have to realize your divine masculine, unless again you're Gen Z and you're like 14 watching this or something like that. But most of the people that I'm talking to, most of my clients are in their late 20s, 30s, even 40s. I have all kinds of younger and older than that, but most of the folk are there. So you are dealing with that weird men or masculine figures in our society have been able to get away with a lot of, we're just talking, I don't want a relationship, we'll see where this goes, don't count on me for anything, you know what it was when we started this. They're evolving into that. But many of them still grew up wanting, craving, and needing this. You are not too far gone. You are not part of a dynamic where you're always going to feel like you're the only one who ever wanted the fantasy, the fairy tale. Men, women, all people want love, crave relationships. People can say words and deny that they want it, or maybe not want it the same way that you do. But I'm telling you right now, if you honestly believe that your divine masculine will never see this, and if you are like, oh, Grace, can you describe it for me? No, come look at the damn screen. If you really think your divine masculine will never want this, ever, and you think that they're too far gone, either you're wrong or they're not your DM.
Ooh, I don't know you were going to say
Because
that.
we don't live in 2080. We don't have, sex robots that impregnate us and, not
Bitch.
even impregnate us. Just take our eggs and our sperm and make babies.
It's the
little
fuck they
vials.
do.
That's not where we're at. We're
That
not in
is the fuck where we're at.
I know that might all sound crazy what I just said, but I'm actually thinking about a Joanna Lindsay novel where there's like
It's not crazy. That's reality,
actually have
bitch.
sex with each other and they don't get pregnant. They just are born in tubes. So anyways, so I'm just thinking, like, we don't live in that society where we become so detached and it's become so normalized.
It's getting close.
We're not there, guys.
Getting
Not
so
really.
close.
Sorry. Your divine masculine, your true divine masculine, not only will look at society the same way you do, or at least in the most part, overall the same way you do, or your divine, or you're the person you're thinking about isn't it? Because you are meant to both have the one. This is the one thing in your life that is supposed to drive you forward. Is your reunion? It's the reason that two were created instead of one being. You two needed each other for this particular mission in a good way, not a color underneath everything you hear that your DM never even wants this, that they don't feel the way you feel, that they don't see things the way you see them. You've got a lot to learn about divinity, masculinity, femininity, biology. You have a lot to learn about twin flames and a lot to unlearn. So, divine feminine, life isn't the same without you. And the reason I'm asking you to think about what made you start this journey, what made you believe. If you can do that, if you can focus, I know that you will remember everything you're meant to remember. You will see everything you're meant to see that gives you the clarity you need to find me. Because that's what's happening to help me find you. It's interesting because lately I've been getting this feeling of the twins coming like this, guys. Coming from completely opposite, but just full speed going to crash together. And I keep feeling like the divine masculine is like trying to say, hey, here's what I'm doing to get forward, or here's what I'm doing.
I wish I could get some input.
What do we need to understand? This is what they want.
How long is this video from? A year ago? I feel like I felt like this a year ago. I feel like I already lived this a year ago.
Your world, of your life. They want to share their ideas.
I'm glad. I hope so.
They want to hear yours. They want to learn their magic. Your divine masculine wants nothing but because life isn't the same without you. And when they're starting to
I
realize,
hope so.
it's not just, oh, life isn't the same without you. Like, if you come along, I'll be happy. Or what it means is my entire life, nothing, life. It's what I eat, what I drink, how I rest, how I relax my soul. Nothing is the same without you. So let's find out what we need to know. trust you. But I think it comes as a message that says I don't trust myself.
Yeah, you ain't have a reason not
I
to.
trust you, but I don't trust myself. Why?
Huh.
Because you are
I hope that you learn to
so
trust yourself
wise.
because I'm trying to trust you, and if you don't trust yourself,
You
how
are
the fuck
so
am I supposed to trust you?
focused. And I feel like you care more about doing what's right,
Fuck yeah.
doing what makes sense, than you do about yourself.
Yeah.
I used to give you a hard time because you found a way to put everything before you. But I realize now that is what makes you someone that I can trust. I can trust you over me because even now, what I want from you and what I see still feels selfish. And I'm learning that I can't just want it to want it. I can't just tell myself I need something and then expect it. It has to fit. It has to make sense. And even though a part of me feels like I can't trust myself right now, I know that you make me better. I know there's something about the way you see the world that makes me want to make it make sense. And maybe, even though I can't depend on myself, maybe I can't see myself as someone who's worthy of trust. If being around you makes me better, if being around you makes me see things from another perspective, maybe I can find the ability to trust myself and become trustworthy by being around you, by being in your presence, by watching how you walk, talk, the decisions that you make, why you make those decisions. I used to give you such a hard time for overthinking, and now I realize you weren't overthinking. That's not what you were doing. Not in those moments where you took the time to show that you cared and you saw beyond how good you saw that you had to do more. That, the way that you think, the way that you move through things, it gave me a feeling of peace and assurance. I feel more confident in my choices. And even though I don't really trust myself, I find that I still make choices and decisions that are obviously just part of my own autopilot, my internal system, things I just do. But the fact that I question myself after, and I can ask myself, what would you say? What would you do? I know I'm getting somewhere. And again, I get that maybe it's still not good enough, but it's a lot for me. A lot. I've always faced the darkness. And knowing that there's something about you that has taught me, without even trying, to turn from darkness and face the light. To use the light to clear things up. It changed the way I saw the whole world. It changed the way I saw my life. It's what made me realize that without you, nothing would ever be the same. And so I'm really excited. I'm excited because I've been fighting temptation and winning. Wow. And the more that I focus on what it is I think I'm here to do, what I'm meant to do, the more I'm able to turn away from the things that tempt me and draw me in. I still find myself drawn to things I know are bad for me, and I don't want to mislead you. I know that that's true for me still. I wouldn't keep getting caught up if it wasn't. But even that being able to admit it, being willing to share that with you, wanting you to know where I'm at, it says a lot, not just about me, but also about what you mean to me. The more I find myself looking for opportunities to do the right thing, to be the leader of my own life, to captain my ship, the more excited I become because, yes, I admit it. I still am making mistakes. I'm still doing things on autopilot. I still have to think about it. It still isn't natural for me to just do right. But the fact that I feel like I win the lottery every time I catch myself, and it's getting shorter and shorter and shorter, and I'm making fewer and fewer mistakes, and I feel strong. Like finally, the ideas that I've had and the sense of something bigger than me, it just has taken over my whole perspective, my whole life. And I never thought I would care about anything. I never thought I would want to be there. I never thought that I would want to build something that someone else could benefit from. And yet I find myself more and more turning from the things I used to do, look at, want to be a part of, to things that even though I really don't understand them, I just feel this excitement and this enthusiasm for them. I feel like I'm discovering new things on a road that I thought was a dead end, full of just garbage, and I'm picking up treasure after treasure, and I don't know, it's like, it's kind of blowing my mind because I'm walking through this space that my brain really believes isn't worth anything. And it's like, oh, wow, every step, and my brain still doesn't believe, and yet I just can't stop myself. I want to know what happens next. And I wanted you to know that I'm trying, because it's not always going to look like that. It's something I had to realize recently. I was beating myself up for a mistake that I made, and I realized that it wasn't helping anything. It wasn't helping anything to do that. And if I thought in the moment of, what would you do, I realized you would just keep going. You wouldn't give up. You would still fight. You would change the plan a little bit if you had to. You would do what you had to do, though.
Always.
And I'm doing my best to remember that if you can do it, I can do it. There's not very many people out there that I feel that kind of connection to, but I have to admit that. The trust that I have in you goes a lot deeper than just believing what you say. It's trusting that if I believe what you believe, I'll do the right thing because I know you've taken the time to figure out what it is that you're doing, why you're here. And that's where I have to try. I know it's not just going to be something that suddenly happens for me. You taught me that. You taught me that it doesn't have to be perfect. That I just have to make the effort. And I'm doing everything I can to clear the path. Because I know that's what you would tell me to do. If I could call you right now, you would tell me to do whatever it takes. You would tell me not to give up. And you would remind me that you are waiting for me on the other side. But I want you to understand that I don't really know what I'm doing. I still struggle to believe that the path in front of me is even real. It's almost like every step I take, the next little piece of land appears, and then I take another step, But if I went too fast, I feel like I would fall off the edge of the world.
Shit.
I feel so confused.
Oh, the fucking
I feel like my world, my physical world, is still so the same of everything I've ever been and everything I've ever done before. But in my mind, I'm on another dimension or something, and I don't understand how this all works. But what I do know is I don't want to be the same person I was before. I don't want to come into your life immature and lowly. Because the truth is, those things are not excuses. I cannot keep messing up and hurting you and bringing you down and expecting you to just forgive me and be okay with it and not be impacted by it. But I want you to know one thing. In the past, when I hurt you, I didn't know what I was doing.
No, you knew. You didn't care.
I may not know what I'm doing as a divine masculine, but I do know what not to do. I get it now. I know how bad it hurts to be lied to be toyed with, to be cheated.
How'd you learn that? Because I damn sure didn't do it to you.
And I have to remember everything I needed to know was available and was right there. So I can promise you this, I'm not going to do the things that I used to do.
Not going to do what everybody thinks I'm going to do. Freak out, man.
What it means that
No.
I have
Always.
an energy that...
And then I'm going to collect my shit together.
I can't tell myself anymore that it's not my fault that how I feel or what I'm doing bothers you. I can't lie to myself anymore. Now that I know that truth, I can't go back. So even though I can't assure you that I've got it all figured out, I don't, and I know it. What I can tell you is, if I can figure out something that I didn't even know was wrong, that people have tried to tell me, and it just never clicked. If I could figure that out, something I didn't want to figure out, something I was in denial about, then I can definitely figure this out. Because what I want more than anything is to prove to you that this was not a waste of life. I don't want you to feel like this. I know that is what I did to you. I know I took away your confidence when it came to certain things. I lied to myself. And if I could go back to every moment where you intuitively knew what was going on and just say, yes, you're right, I know where you would right now would be very, very different. And to me, that says I did this. Even if I didn't intentionally do it, it doesn't matter. But what you showed me by being willing to take the leap anyways, by taking on so much pain and still being so focused on helping other people, what you showed me by staying strong is that I'm the weak one. All this time, I was the fool. All this time that I thought you were so silly. I was missing it. It was right in front of me. And I just want you to get back to being able to trust yourself. Because after so long of me pretending that I did know, denying the things that were obvious, and not really doing much of anything to make a difference. I could see
Pretended
where you
he
would get to
knew.
a point where you just
He
didn't know what to do.
pretended he knew.
I've been there, and I probably put a lot of that on you. I just want you to shine, because until I see that, I'm always gonna wonder, is there something I should do? Is there something
I don't wonder there is.
I haven't done right? Something I have to fix.
There's something you haven't done yet.
I know I'm never gonna be perfect, but
I don't want you to be perfect.
I wonder if it's possible that
I want you to be
if I
intentional.
tried,
Intentionally
I could
speak.
give you
Right?
the perfect life. I feel like when I'm with you,
Ooh.
everything is just different. And I can't help but wonder if I came. And I tried. I'm not stupid. I know there's no effort needed. And yet you still go above and beyond, and you still put so much effort and energy into making every experience we share just this expansive, profound experience. And it's like, I could do that for you. What if that's all you needed? What if all I need is you and you just need me? If I think about what you have done from far, I can't help but believe that with you by my side and me by yours, there isn't much we can't do together.
That's fine. Hardly ever by mine, though.
So I have a message for you.
I hope so.
Don't give up.
I haven't. I don't do that.
See the beauty of your dreams. Look for the truth in the nightmares. Because there's something in there. Strength, a brilliance that I think you've missed.
No, I got every bit of it.
You'll see that I've been doing a lot of work. And not just on myself, but on everything we're going to need to be together. So don't give up.
I don't know what kind of work you're doing. Damn sure ain't around yourself because you have no self-control at all whatsoever.
Because I love you. I always have. And now I'm starting to love myself.
You have the self-control
What I can do.
of a teenager with Down syndrome whose fucking Wi-Fi just got disconnected.
You aren't supposed to be stuck in my delusions and indecision. And I just wanted to free you. Because if I got to the point
Baby.
where we were supposed to be and come together all along, and you weren't there because of something I did or I said, I don't think I could go on anymore. You are everything I've ever needed. And I'm sorry that I held back for so long.
You should be.
Trust yourself. Trust yourself. This is kind of nuts. peace, love, happiness, fertility, planting a seed.
Shit, I wish.
And beginnings in love and romance, happiness and creativity. Fertility. Good news, celebration, and new friendships that are on the horizon. Fertility and pregnancy. Have faith for the universe. The first part, when the first Christmas will bring forth blessings and all that is needed. It brings hope, renewed power, and strength to persevere, and it can reflect passing through an extreme life challenge without losing hope in what you've been holding on to for so long, thinking about the future, thinking about the partnership that is truly the ideal for you. Holding on to that is going to keep you focused on the goal rather than everything that has to come falling down around it for it to happen. You know, if you think about a great kingdom being built, whether it was made of wood or whether it was made of sand or whether it was made of bricks or rocks, you know, they would have to go and take the stones from the ground, the sand, the clay from the ground, you know, cut down the trees. There's a lot of hard work and rough. There's a lot that goes into building a kingdom, and I feel like your divine masculine is trying to get through to you. I think they understand that when it comes to a DM and versus a DF energy, not to say that the divine feminine isn't capable of doing the work, but to say that the divine feminine would much prefer a certain type of work, and the DM would much prefer a certain type of work. And I think the divine masculine was avoiding a lot of things in the beginning the divine feminine was really good at. And now the divine masculine is doing things that the divine feminine isn't very good at. And divine feminine is already pretty tired from doing all the previous work. And now they have to come up to do something that, frankly, they don't even know if they all the stuff they don't really feel like doing, they don't want to do. If they're going to really take the time to build a whole damn kingdom from the ground up, is if there was a king with them. If not, screw it. I could go live in a fucking cottage. I don't need that.
Right. I don't need a kingdom.
I could have my little Snow White abundance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just kind of be with my little.
Help the people
King.
around.
It's you that wants that big, grand life. It's you that I got dreams. I do, but the way that you want is so different than the things that I want. But I'll do it. I'll pursue it. I will give my all. I will be that queen. But that's the difference between me. If I can be queen of any domain and feel like I'm at home, you're the one who has the specifics and the needs and the limitations and the requirements. And you're the one who's not happy unless you're living in that. Where am I getting a DF? This is weird. I don't know what that was. That was weird. I try not to channel the DF because I don't like when, 1,000 DFs come in and be crazy. Like, that's not what happened. Okay, shut up. Well, I don't know what just happened, but all right. I'm going to get going. That was weird. I looked over and somebody said, I've had enough.
An hour.
Okay. I'm going to go. Frick. Okay, if you listened all the way to the end, please leave a comment and let me know. Did you kind of feel like that was like a channel response? Because I see someone else just said, okay, me. But how many of you will also say that? You know what I'm saying? Okay, a couple people are saying, yeah. Okay, all right. If you watch this, oh man, I know some of you don't watch readings more than once and some of you will watch it again. If you decide to watch this again, keep in mind that there is that channeled message. Or if you just got here and you're going to rewatch, keep in mind that there's a weird response But the thing is, the response felt like, hey, I'm answering you directly, but it also felt like there was some nuggets in there for the collective. We're gonna. That was weird. I'm sorry. I don't know how to handle it. What is this? Thank you, Claire. Thank you for the donation. Yeah, Jamie, me too, bruh. I mean, my brain's trying to like remember what I just said, and I'm looking at the cards, and I'm like, okay, all right, whoa, okay, so freaking creepy. I'm creeped out a little bit because it's like, what is that's what I think it is? That's kind of accurate, I guess, isn't it? But it's interesting because it's like, what would DF be saying then? The main thing I remember is you are the one who wants more. You're the one who isn't happy without more. I can have nothing or everything as long as I have you, I'm happy. Maybe that was like a response to the message. Okay, so maybe that was like a channeled message from a tired Divine Feminine. Like Divine Masculine, you misread my facial expression. You might think that I'm done and I'm like this, you, da 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 da, but I'm actually just tired and I haven't done my makeup in a while. All right, I'm being silly. Okay, all right, guys, I'm gonna get going. Oh wait, I'm supposed to do stuff. Hold on. Let's go to the mall today. Who is this? Kristen. Aww. Kristen, are you in the chat right now? Thank you for this donation. Holy crap! I just had an energy exchange. Oh, okay. That's not what I was going to do. Okay, guys. So don't forget, we got a Kickstarter, and I'm gonna go through and update the sponsors. So tomorrow we'll do another announcement of our sponsors. But remember, you can donate $1, you can donate $11, you can donate $111, which only one person has done. But you can also donate $11.11, but that's like I just put on the receipt. But anyways, and it's gonna help get the second book out, you guys. I have 6 chapters left. I'll be finishing the book tonight, so I'm super excited. I say tonight, and you're like, Grace, it's 10:30 where you are. Yes, remember, guys, I work overnight when I'm writing. So I went to bed at 8 o'clock this morning. Anyways, so I'm really excited because now that the book is done, now I go back through and basically do a whole rewrite, edit the book, and then next week I'll send it to the beta reader, the professional. Well, no, they're not beta readers. One of them is a professional beta reader, and the other is a developmental line editor. So I'm going to send that next week, and then I'm going to actually, hey, you, yeah, you. You want to be my beta reader? So I also need 5 beta readers, okay? I need 5 beta readers for volume 2. I will be sending it to you next week, and you will have 2 weeks in order to sign up. So don't just be like, oh, I want to read your book. It's not just, oh, I'm going to read it in some time. And no, you have to read it within a certain period of time. The purpose of it is to make sure that before it goes out to the public, you are one of the first people that make sure that not only are there typos and grammatical issues and stuff like that, but then also, does the story make sense? Is there something in there that sounds crazy? So I will put up I will put my email right here. There's my email in the chat, and if you're not able to see the chat, this is my email address. Just have the what's that called? Make the subject line say beta reader. You don't have to send me anything. You don't have to say, oh, but I'm blah blah blah. You literally could send me your email with the subject line beta reader and nothing else, and I will understand that you want to be my beta reader, and I will send you over a questionnaire So again, you're going to have to email me, and then you're going to have to answer a questionnaire, and then you're going to have to be available to finish the book and provide feedback in a 2-week period. And if you do that, I will give you a free exclusive page. Okay? So that's the deal I had before. It's the deal I'm going to do pretty much every time I have a new book come out. I'm going to have members of the tribe come in, and again, that means you get a free copy of the book. Maybe it's not, paperback, but and also the book will change. Well, maybe not. My first book did change a little bit from the beta readers, which you guys probably should know that. Just so you guys know that. If you were a beta reader and you did not actually read this, I did change a significant number of details. Okay, so I'm throwing that out there to give more clarity, to clean some things up. My first draft was a freaking mess, but I did that on purpose because I learned really quickly. So all I need is like correct me once, and I won't make the same mistake again. So I just kind of left it as it was. So I don't think my second book, my initial draft, is going to be as bad as it was before, and I probably won't change as many details. But I'm just throwing that out there that if you're a beta reader, you're getting the really raw, rough draft there. Okay. So if you're interested, again, you're going to email me. You're just going to have the subject line be beta reader, because you understand that if you write me a novel, I may not read it. Okay. I'm really kind of busy right now trying to figure these things out. So again, my volume 2 of La Madonna Negra, the Black Madonna, if you will, comes out on 2/22/2022. I know, it's a super exciting day. Who is this? Erica, thank you. I appreciate it. We got a donation from Erica, and we got a donation from Claire today. You guys are so awesome. I don't know yet, CJ. It's not done yet, but it's probably going to be similar to this. This one is 350 pages of this size book. So if I'm being honest, the second book is a little shorter. So it'll probably be closer to like 300 pages, but still a significant amount of work. The way that I explain it is if you can read 2 to 3 chapters a day over 2 weeks, you'll be able to finish the book. If that's something that's like, nah, there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. So again, if you're interested in supporting getting volume 2 out, there's a lot that has to go into getting the book published. Not only do I have to get the cover designed and all that, which I do have I have a couple people that I'm working with to figure all that out, right? But you have to buy the ISBN number. If you don't, you can't put it anywhere. And then you also have to buy this barcode. And there's only one company in the United States that offers it, called Bowker, Bowker. So if you're interested in self-publishing, that is a name you're going to want to get familiarized with. And you're going to also want to prepare your budget, because it's the one thing you're probably going to need to do. You could just slap some letters onto a blank background or just a random stock photo, throw your name, throw a title. You can do all that. But without this right here, you're not a legitimate author in terms of like what the world would say. And you're not going to get, the respect of being able to sell your book in certain places. So if you don't care about that and you just want to get a book out, you can also go through Amazon. But if you do that, they're going to give you their own ISBN, which means you are now publishing through Amazon and you really don't own your intellectual property fully, is how I see it. So do like I did and go that authentic route all the way through, so that you can have more freedom to move your book and do different things with it in the future. And know that when I ask you guys for help with Kickstarter, you guys, I am a philanthropist, so I don't ask for money so I can be like Scrooge McDuck and swim through it. I'm very open and honest and clear about what I need. And if you're interested in supporting, the primary thing that we're looking to do is make sure that the ISBN and the barcodes are able to be purchased, and also that we can pay the editor. And my recommendation to you is, rather than donating, just pre-order the book. If you donate, then you're just saying, hey, Grace, I support you and I want to make things easier for you. But if you buy the book, then you're not really doing anything. You're just making sure that the book you already want to read comes out. Okay, so it's up to you. If you want to pre-order, you can pre-order on Amazon, or you can go to the Kickstarter, which I have put in here. There's the Kickstarter, and you can donate Or you can go directly to my website and purchase the book from me. And that will help me because I have to wait on the Kickstarter money, but I don't have to wait if you guys buy it from my website. So, and right, Golden Life Unlimited, that's correct. But since I do intend on printing physical copies of my books, that's something that, I'm not really able to just get around. And again, you do need an ISBN number if you want to do things on a professional level. Okay, so if you just want to write a book and get your story out to Twin Flames and you're just trying to figure out how to get it into like book form and all that, y'all, it is super cheap. You can figure that out easy. All right. But if you actually want to be able to sell your book like a real author, okay, and not just, have said, I wrote a book, then you're going to have to do certain things within the system. It's like when Mr. Lightwork and I asked you to like the video, leave a comment for the algorithm, even though we would rather not have to do that exchange of energy and just you guys be able to enjoy the channel. We understand that we're on YouTube, and if we don't do that, they're not going to show you our videos, which has been happening again. I don't know if you've noticed, but it probably looks like we haven't been posting, but we've been posting all the time. We are shadow banned again. So we need your help to get out of that, you guys. Please make sure, if you haven't seen a video from us come up on your feed, search our channel out, click on a video so that it will show it, because the last probably 2 weeks, no one has seen our videos. People have been asking us where we've been. We're posting every day, guys. So just letting you know, we really could use your support. And in the same way, I'm trying to make sure that I don't have any problems in the future with the books that I put out, because my hope is that if I do it correctly and, respectfully as a self-publisher, even though it's really frowned upon, that I still may be able to get some sort of publication deal or even some sort of third party something going where people will promote. I'm trying to make sure that my book doesn't just fall into, 30 people have it and that's it. Okay, I want my book series to flourish, and so I'm doing things the right way. If you're interested in helping, please consider doing some sort of donation, sponsorship, or even, again, just pre-ordering the book. You know how Mr. Lightwork and I are. We prefer an even exchange of energy. So again, if you just pre-order it from my website, then that means I'm going to ship it to you directly. You get it signed. And, well, again, that's for U.S. clients because I can't mail the book out of the U.S. You'll have to order through Amazon or some other retailer. But it just gives me a chance to have the funds so that I can actually publish the book to get it out to you. Okay, so it's instead of buying it after, you buy it before. And I don't know what that would be called. I'm not good at the words right now. So, okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and... Wow! We're almost to 222 likes. See, somebody said, true that. Your videos haven't appeared lately. I know. I tell you guys all the time, we're not just asking you to like the video because we're trying to have the most likes or something. We're telling you because the system that we work within is very, very specific in how it works. And if you don't like the video, then YouTube says, oh, we're not going to show anybody. If they don't show anybody the videos on that recommended page when you first log in, you're not going to click it. You're going to click the videos that are recommended. So that's why people use clickbait. That's why people use crazy thumbnails. Because once YouTube gets you to click, then they can show you an ad and YouTube makes their money. They're not worried about helping us. They're not worried about helping you. They're just worried about what is it that they are going to be able to get you to click on, even if you don't watch the video. So just remember that everything that we ask you to do is just because we are trying to maintain our kingdom, not because we're trying to manipulate you into liking a video or something. It's been a blessing. And let me think. Let's see. Is there anything else? Did I show you? Did I tell you everything? Oh, if you wanted to donate a book to somebody in the collective, you can just go to my website or you can go to my Amazon wish list. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. So I tried to make my thing simpler, guys. Oh, good. I got some beta reader requests. What? What's up, video? Girl, I feel like I ain't talked to you in a minute, girl. How you doing, girl? Jamie, I got yours too. Sorry. I got yours too, Jamie. Hold on. Let me make sure my volume's down. what I want to do is I want to show you how I didn't really change it that much, but I did a little update in my description so that it was a little bit easier to navigate. So basically, this is what it looks like. So now when you go into the description, you'll see like, I love you, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now you see that says number 1 right there. So if you ever need any, if you ever need any help, I'm going to say to you, okay, it's link number 1 in my description, link number 2. So link number 1 is direct. If you are ever trying to figure out how to join, but you don't see the join button, the join button sometimes doesn't show up on people's YouTubes. I don't know why, but it's happened to me before too. So if you can't find the join button, but you want to be a part of the tribe, all you have to do is click link number 1. In section 2, this is where you can find my wish list. So if you wanted to get a book sent to my house so that I could do a giveaway and then mail it to someone in the tribe, then you would go to the wish list and then buy it and it would send directly to me. This is our mailing address. And again, if you want to send us something, please make sure you address it exactly this way or we may not get it. So you see this says attention grace. And if you're sending to something to Mr. Lightwork, it needs to be attention Mr. Just Mr.
In personal life, I am. To you who read, I speak. To you who through long years and much running to and fro have been eagerly seeking in books and teaching and philosophy and religion, for you know not what, truth, happiness, freedom, God. To you whose soul is weary and discouraged and almost destitute of hope. To you who many times have obtained a glimpse of that truth, only to find when you followed and tried to reach it, that it disappeared in the beyond, and was but the mirage of the desert. To you who thought you had found it in some great teacher, who was perhaps the acknowledged head of some society, fraternity, or religion, and who appeared to you to be a master, so marvelous was the wisdom he taught and the works he performed, only to awaken later to the realization that the master was but a human personality with faults and weaknesses and secret sins, the same as you, even though that personality may have been a channel through which were voiced many beautiful teachings which seemed to be the highest truth. And here you are, soul aweary and hungered, and not knowing where to turn. To you, the presence of that truth within your soul, and seek the confirmation of that which of late has been vaguely struggling for living expression within. Yes, to all you who hunger for the true bread of life, I am come. Are you ready to partake? If so, then arouse yourself, sit up, still your human mind, and follow closely my word here unspoken, or you will turn away disappointed once more, with the aching hunger still in your heart. Who am I? I, who speak with such seeming knowledge and authority, listen. I am you, that part of you who is and knows, who knows all things and always knew and always was. Yes, I am you, yourself, that part of you which says I am and is I am. That transcendent innermost part of you which quickens within as you read, which responds to this my word, which perceives its truth, which recognizes all truth and discards all error wherever found. Not that part which has been feeding on error all these years. For I am your real teacher, the only real one you will ever know, and the only master. I, your divine self.